Water Revenue Board has had with the tenant since the tenant has been removed from the property as well.
Okay. All right, so I'm just reviewing the tenant's account now. I'm gonna go down from the beginning and see. There's no indication of him checking on the tenant's account at all. It's just, you know, calls indicating that, you know, the tenant called in for assistance, you know, and requested the TAP application, so forth, so that she could get the payment agreement at that time. But there's no calls here stating that he came in at any point of the tenant having the account in their name to question the tenant's account. Now I'm going to go back and see if there's any additional details in regards to the tenant after the tenant left. Let's see. I have a call for 6/5/23. Where the water customer came in, and he was informed that the bill was from the tenant, and that the water customer stated that the tenant had moved. That was June 5th, 2023. Let me see.
And how much was left when the tenant left? How much was due?
One second.
2148 and 52 cents. That's what's read into the record.
Okay, thank you. I must have missed that earlier. Thank you.
All right. Ms. Williams, do you have any other questions for Ms. Hike?
I was just trying to see if I had another. I think there was another call on the 4th of June.
But after June of 20, or after June of 2023.
Yeah, it was June 20.
Okay. Mr. Bashir, did you have any questions for the city personnel?
No, I'm
Okay.
just wondering, like, yeah, no, I don't have any question.
All right, so any other board members have any questions? Hearing none. Milton, we're going to step back now and deliberate.
And if I may just share, this is unfortunately one of the situations, just for a piece of a closing, where although the city does understand Mr. Bashir's position, I would just like to read into the record, at least for this recording, that Title 53 of the Pennsylvania statute, Section 7251, does state that according to the law, that we must proceed for the recovery and collection of all foregoing claims by the action and assumption against the person or persons who was or were the owner at the time that the balance was accrued. It does appear that the petitioner was the owner. It is unfortunate that he received a back bill after the tenant was removed from the property. However, he was notified of the balance, and being the owner, the statute does hold him accountable for such.
Can I say something about that, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not. It's okay. I'm a responsible person. I'm not behind in any of my bill, even so. I have a big responsibility. But if I knew, then I could went to court after 3 months, 4 months, when the balance was 400, and I could like really start the eviction process. Then I couldn't wait like 3 years, and then I realized, oh, $2,300 on you. I don't think that's fair, really. That's it, I'm done. Thank you.
Okay,
Can
one
I-
follow-up question
Yes.
before we're finished. Ms.
Right.
Williams?
Can we change the numbers that I gave you? I need to change that number, the amount that's owed.
Yes.
Is $2,240.72. My apologies.
And that's for the period of question, or is that the current amount?
That's the period in question. That's the balance transfer.
240, okay. Yes, all right, we can change that for the record. And Ms. Williams, one last follow-up question. Do the city regulations require any kind of notification to landlords regarding their tenant's account during the time of the tenancy?
No, Chairwoman, they do not. We operate under the assumption that the tenant will maintain the account and that the landlord will continue to have constant communication with that tenant throughout their residency.
Okay, all right, Milton, we're gonna step back. Everybody sit tight.
Why don't you take this down?
Got everybody? I think we do. Yes. All right. Tax Review Board is back in session. We have reviewed the information and evidence presented by both the petitioner and the city's representatives. And it is the decision of the Tax Review Board to reduce the principal by 1/2 of the amount read into the record by the city's representative. It's our finding that there is sufficient responsibility on both parties to warrant that decision, that while the taxpayer did inquire as to the billing and we found him credible during the time in question, the city's response was deficient. We also understand, however, that landlords bear ultimate responsibility. So our finding is that we will reduce the principal by 1/2 and give responsibility to both parties. So, Mr. Bashir, you're going to get a letter from the Tax Review Board with the decision that the principal is reduced by 1/2. You will have 30 days from the date of the new billing that you will receive to enter into a payment agreement, if that's how you choose to pay the balance. Both sides do have the right to appeal to the Court of Common Pleas 30 days from the date of our decision letter. And I need concurrence from fellow board members as to the decision.
John O'Connor, I concur.
Nancy Camerdiner, I concur.
George Matthews, I concur.
Thank you all. That concludes this matter. So thank you, Mr. Bashir. You'll get a letter with our decision.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right, and we're going to move on to case on our docket number 3, right, Milton, number 3, which is Ali
Bashir.
Rashidian.
No, Ali Bashir is me. That's
Okay.
Ali Rashidian, and it's 1806 Diamond Street, last 4 digits to the docket 9204. So we're going to give a minute for her to,
Walking in.
for her to enter our room. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you guys?
Good. Welcome to the Tax Review Board. My name is Paula Weiss. I'm the chair of the board. Could you please state your full name and spell your last name for the record?
Ali Rashidian, last name Rashidian, Rashidian.
Thank you. Mr. Rashidian, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes.
So we are going to turn to the city representatives for them to provide us with the amounts in controversy and the dates attached to that. And then we'll come back to you for you to explain to us why you're here and what you're looking for from our board.
Okay.
Ms. Williams?
I don't have the totals, but would you like me to give a?
I can give you the totals. I'll give you the totals.
Ms. Height?
Yes, the petitioner is questioning the periods from August 10th, 2011 through February 14th, 2023. Principal amount of $3,929.88, $305.54 in penalties, totaling $4,235.42.
Okay, Ms. Williams, any opening comments?
Not at this moment.
Okay, Mr. Rashidian, why don't you tell us why you're here and what you're looking for?
So I bought that property at the same time that this situation arose, 2011. And for me, the situation is I wasn't warned about this for almost 11, 12 years. They told me, yes, you should be looking at your bill. If it's highlighted light blue, it's estimated dark blue. It's an actual reading, but to me, it's such fine print. When I was getting those bills, I was just writing a check and sending it in. There was no warnings, no actual separate letter said that you're getting estimated readings. Please make action upon this, do anything like that. So getting this amount put on me at this period is very tough, and I'm really trying to work this out and get this cleared.
Okay, so the period in question from 2011 to 2023, what you're saying is all of your bills were estimated?
Pretty much, that's what it's saying,
Or
because
that's what they're, okay, that's your,
and that's exactly when I bought the property in 2011.
what kind of property is this?
It's a 5-bedroom property on 18th and Diamond. It's a rental property that I bought after I graduated college.
Okay, so it's been tenant occupied all these years?
On and off. First like 4 years I was working on it. I redid the floors, and there was a lot of inside stuff to do in there. Change windows, redid the cabinets without buying new ones. Just, and I did it pretty much all myself, so it took me some time to do.
Okay,
At that period, the taxes were very low, so I could go by without having it occupied at that time period.
Right. All right, so we're gonna turn then to Ms. Williams.
So, sir, for the 12 years you're petitioning, you said you received bills, correct?
Correct.
And on those bills, they notified you that if a bill was estimated, it would be a particular color, correct?
I didn't know about that until recently. On the bill, it does say that, but I didn't know, I didn't read that. I didn't know this was something that could occur ever. I've never heard about it, so when I was getting the bill, I was just looking at the portion that was owed at the bottom and just writing the bill. My issue with that bill, which I hope they would change if it arises again for other people, to at least like put like bold red print or something, you have been getting estimated bills to take action on it. I feel like it was way past overdue that like with no warning of, you've been getting estimated bills. I never knew about this type of situation.
Okay, so you received notice, you would just say that you don't feel the notice was sufficient, correct?
I received bills in the mail. I didn't receive a notice that I was getting estimated bills. It's on the bill. On the bill itself, it does say you have an estimated reading if you read the bar part. But I never knew that there was such a thing as an estimated bill and an actual bill. I thought you get your bill and you just pay your bill. I did not know about that.
All right, no further questions.
Okay. Your case?
All right, Ms. Hike, have you had an opportunity to review the petitioner's account?
Yes.
All right, and in reviewing the account, who is the owner?
The petitioner, Mr. Radishidian.
All right,
Yeah,
what
no,
was
sorry.
what was the petitioner's usage like for the period in question?
Estimated.
All right, and as the petitioner has admitted, he received estimated bills during that period, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, and would you please explain to the board what an estimated bill, where an estimated bill derives?
When the meter, the equipment in the property is not actually registering, which doesn't allow the technicians to, obtain an actual reading when they come out to the properties to get the water usage.
All right, and to, in your review of the account, were you able to locate where WRB did notify the petitioner that his usage was being estimated?
It's a bill, like he stated on the bill.
All right.
It's indicated, there's an indication letting the taxpayer know that, there's estimated bills there, or to contact the meter shop in that regard.
Okay. All right, thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Sheedian, did you have any questions for the city representative?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And just to address one of the petitioner's questions, Ms. Williams or Ms. Hike, does the city send out separate letters apart from the bills to inform a petitioner, taxpayer, or water customer that their meter is not registering, or that estimated bills are being sent out?
Would you like me to answer this, Keisha?
If you feel comfortable, yes.
Yes, they're zero usage, in a zero usage situation. A letter is sent out to the water customer, letting them know when they're unable to get a reading. It's a notification letter that comes out in some cases.
And in some cases, and is there any indication that this taxpayer received one of those notices?
He didn't. There wasn't zero usage. He was still receiving.
It was estimated. It was estimated usage. He was still being billed. So there's a zero usage letter comes out when it's just zero usage. He was still being billed for water. So this didn't trigger the zero usage letter to come out because he was still being billed. It was estimated usage.
And can you tell us, so did someone actually go to the property in February of 2023? Is that how this came to
Yes,
light?
PWD sent technicians out to check the equipment, and they changed the ERT because the meter wasn't registering.
So was it the meter that was not working, or the ERT that was?
It was an ERT. The ERT wasn't registering the usage from the meter.
And do you have the account history so we can see what the billing was like?
The billing or the usage? Which one?
The usage.
The usage? Yes, I can share the usage with you.
Okay, can you explain what we're looking at?
Okay, so for this period of time, they were billing them estimated water usage at 100 cubic feet of water usage monthly, it appears here.
Okay, and when the actual reading occurred, what was the finding that the actual usage should have been?
The applied average should have been 500 cubic feet per month.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Anybody else on the board have any questions? Any closing comments, Ms. Williams?
Not at this time, no.
Okay, Mr. Rashidian, any other comments you want to make at the moment?
No, ma'am.
Okay, we understand. All right, so we're gonna step back, deliberate on what we've heard and come back with a decision. So everybody sit tight. Milton?
Thank you.
John?
Hello.
George? Okay. All right, Tax Review Board is back in session. We have deliberated, we have looked at the information from both sides, and it is the decision of the board to abate the penalties that have accrued and provide for payment and the ability to enter into payment arrangements within 60 days of the new amended Tax Review Board bill. It is our finding that there was notice on the water bills that the bills were estimated, although for an inordinate length of time, not really addressed by water revenue or the water department. So can I get concurrence from my fellow board members?
John O'Connor, I concur.
Nancy Camerdiner, I concur.
George Matthews, I concur.
So Mr. Rashidian, you will get a letter from the Tax Review Board with that decision. Both parties do have the right to appeal to the Court of Common Pleas within 30 days from the date of that letter. If no one files an appeal to the Court of Common Pleas, you will get an adjusted bill removing the penalties that have accrued, and you will have the opportunity within 60 days of that date to enter into a payment arrangement. So thank you very much for coming in. Good luck to you.
That was the same result I got last time.
Okay, that's the best we feel like we can do under these circumstances.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you. Have a
And
wonderful day.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right, we're gonna move on to case
Number two.
is
Two.
numbers, is that number 2 in the room?
No, number two. That's
But
the number
number-
2 on our list. That's here. Cruz.
Oh, I thought it was 6 who was here. Okay.
In the,
It's
in
two?
in the office.
In the office.
Okay, thank you. And so is Miss Neely still with us? All right. Case number 2, Bethsaida Cruz, 3545 North Hutchinson Street,
Okay.
letters of the docket number BUGJ.
She's beside the Cruz. Okay. Tu nombre.
Betsaida Cruz.
Ms. Cruz, and who is with you?
I'm Livio Matos. I'm going to have translate to English, you know.
Okay, so you're gonna help her with interpreting.
Yes.
And could you say your name again, please?
Livio Matos.
Matos.
Betsaida, and you?
Betsaida Cruz.
Cruz. Do each of you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
Yes, that's true.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna turn to the city for the dollar amounts in question and the periods of time that go with that. Ms. Height?
The petitioner is questioning the periods from October 2nd, 2015 through May 2nd, 2024. Principal amount of,
Oh, wait a minute.
62,777.
Okay, Mr. Martos, the city is gonna testify to that. Ms. Height, we lost your,
yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay.
$45,593.72 is the principal. $20,399.85 in penalties. $1,944 even in liens.
okay, do we give a total?
Yeah, hold on 1 second. This doesn't look right. $79,337.57.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Williams, any opening comments?
None at this time, no.
Ms. Cruz, Mr. Martos, we're gonna turn to you. Could you explain to us why you're here and what you're looking for from this board?
Para que esté aquí, el que usted busca.
Para arreglar eso, porque eso después de 10 años me apareció ese.
Okay. She bought this lot 3 years ago in 2009. He received a gift from some family. And this lot is located behind his house. He buy the lot, you know, to make some flower or to use in the summer, basic in the summer, with the neighbor. And for 10 years, he never received any bill. But 3 years ago, he received a bill with surprise with $50,000, you know, the bill. She have interest, you know, in city, like this bill, because it's a vacant lot that she don't use, you know, he used some time and located behind his house. He opened the fence to have connection with the rear house, her.
Okay, so this is a vacant lot
Vacant lot, yes, have no.
and it's behind her house.
Yes, it's a vacant lot.
Ujú.
No-
And when Ms. Cruz, when you bought the property, who did you buy it from?
¿De quién usted la compró?
A tres personas que eran que eran,
¿Usted la compró o lo recibió regalado?
no, dice que me la dieron un peso.
She received a gift from 3 persons, a gift, from $1 gift, you know, something like. She don't buy. She received from somebody, some 3 persons in gift. Some party.
Did she go through a title company? To have a title search?
Y cuando la recibió, se hizo un title company,
Los papeles fue lo que me dieron.
No,
en el
they
CD.
give you deep person, owner to owner,
Ajá.
no title company.
And no verification or sign off on that she has with the name of the person who turned it over to her?
Sí que sí, usted verificó que tenía ese bill.
No, ellos me dijeron, no se debe nada. Fue lo que me
When she
dijeron.
received it, they testified to her that nothing be owed to IRA, to the city of Philadelphia. They say that the property had to owe nothing, be clean when she received.
Sí.
Okay, and she didn't go to City Hall or to the Municipal Services Building to verify and check.
¿Usted nunca vio fue al City Hall para chequear si te veía algo?
No,
She
no,
said
no fui.
never he go.
No.
Okay. Ms. Williams?
Thank you. Ms. Cruz, have you ever called the water department about the water bill on the property?
Que si tú has llamado al Board de Palmer alguna vez?
No.
Never did.
So you don't recall calling in 2015?
Yo lo supe por esto.
She know the bill when she received the letter from the city of Philadelphia.
Ajá.
¿Cuándo fue lo recibió?
Hace tiempo, entonces fui donde ti.
Okay. Yeah, she know about the bill when received the letters in March 2024. And she come to me, said, Matos, I need help. I received this bill from the city of Philadelphia from a lot of money. I don't know what it is. I received this bill, this lot gift a year ago. I never received any bill. Never received any bill.
No.
She received a letter.
So Ms. Cruz, in order to act, you started your appeal for this in 2019, correct?
Y se te sometió una apelación en el 2019 sobre este caso.
Yo no sé, no me recuerdo.
She don't remember.
No,
You say.
no sé.
Do you recall ever being informed by the city in 2015 once you had an informal hearing that you needed to apply for a vacant property permit?
Que si usted fue al CIRI en el 2015 para un permiso o algo así.
No.
She said no, never.
No. ¿De qué?
Okay, so it's your testimony that you did not know about the balance on this account until March of this year?
Yes, sí. Es que si usted se enteró del bill de este bill
Sí.
en marzo 2024. Yes,
Sí.
in March
Por
2024.
eso estoy
On the this
aquí.
letter that we received from the city.
I'm sorry, what's the date on that bill?
The neighbor,
We can't see it.
su fecha de nacimiento.
2/16/61.
61, es February 16, 61.
Okay, Ms. Williams?
No further questions.
Okay, your case?
Thank you. Ms. Hike, have you had an opportunity to review the water customer's account?
Yes,
Okay, and what type of property is this?
looks like a vacant lot with cars in it.
Okay, and who is the owner of the property?
Miss Bedzeda Cruz.
Okay, and how do you know she is the owner?
The account is, and as well as the deed provides us with this information.
Okay, and as you've heard well, I'll take a step back. Okay, so what charges appear on the customer's bill for the period in question?
Service, stormwater usage,
All right, and were these actual or estimated charges?
estimated charges.
Okay, and why were the charges estimated?
Because they were unable to get an actual reading from the equipment at the property.
Ms. Hikes, for the entire period? I'm sorry, Ms. Williams. It's estimated for the entire period?
Yes,
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to be clear.
All right, and so you stated the period is from 2015 to May 2nd of 2024, correct?
yes.
Yes. Mhm.
All right, so from 2015 until 2024, to your knowledge, was the water customer made aware of the estimated bills, and if so, when?
Yes, they were made aware. There was an informal hearing that took place, and the hearing officer there informed them that, in order to discontinue being billed for usage, they would have to obtain a discontinuance permit or vacancy permit in order to have the usage be discontinued to, build at that address.
Okay, and
What was the date of that?
It was October 2015.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right, and to your knowledge, did the water customer make any contact with the Water Revenue Board after that hearing to gain further instruction?
Somebody has to mute themselves. Get her back. Voice.
Let me see. No.
Okay, so when going through the customer's interaction history,
See,
Do
I'm
you
going
see-
through. I'm trying to go through now and see if the customer made any contact.
yes, possibly after the hearing.
Let me
For
see,
further-
after the hearing, okay, let me get to that point of the account history. All right, it looks like May 2015. May 2015, the customer spoke to someone about the vacant lot and about the billing, and they were advised then on May 15, 2015. Let me see, I'm continue. After the hearing, there was an informal hearing letter that went out to them. Let me see, 16. 2016. It's a penalty waiver. Let me see. Counter billing is 16. Let's see. Yeah, they was in the office in 2016, February 17, 2016, speaking to a representative about the lot and about a payment agreement.
Okay, so it's safe to say at least since 2015, and I want to clarify for the record, when you say they, you're speaking of Ms. Cruz, the
The
petitioner.
petitioner, I'm sorry, yes, the petitioner, Ms. Cruz, Ms. Bezeta Cruz.
All right, and to your knowledge, was Ms. Cruz also present for the informal hearing in October of 2015?
Yes,
Okay, so it's safe to say, well, in your testimony, Ms. Cruz has been notified of how to remedy her estimated usage since at least May of 2015, correct?
yes.
All right, thank you. All right, so since that has happened, to your knowledge, when reviewing the property, has Ms. Cruz applied for the D permit for the vacant lot as mentioned?
No.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Any other information, Ms. Williams?
No, it's just I would like to just double down on the fact Ms. Cruz has been notified. She's made multiple outreaches to the Water Revenue to see about remedying this issue. She's been given instructions since 2015, even directions of where to apply for the permit. The balance has continued to build, and throughout she has been sent notices about the balance that has continued to build. However, the petitioner has not taken any action. Therefore, we would ask for full enforcement of the balance.
Ms. Hike, have any payments been made since 2015?
Check and
Sí,
see.
Mr. Cruz,
Sí,
si usted ha hecho algún pago antes del
yo nada más.
No, the last payment made at this account was August 21st, 2015.
Thank
Yo
you.
no hago ningún pago.
And Ms. Cruz, the city has testified that at least since May of 2015, you did have contact with the Department of Revenue, Water Revenue Bureau, regarding the water bill. Do you recall those? Or is there anything you want to tell us about those?
que si usted contactó o sea, este bureau en el 2015 o fue para la propiedad suya. ¿Verdad?
Para la propiedad mía. Yo creo que fue.
She made some process in the River Water in this department, but was about his property in front of the lot, not about the lot.
Okay.
She have a payment plan with the
My
bill
house,
of
my
the old
casa,
house,
my
the
casa.
house, yes.
Mhm.
She have a payment plan issued by this department, but no from the lot.
Ms. Hike, what kind of estimated usage is accruing? What are they doing every month?
At this time, it's zero usage. The estimated usage is zero usage, and it looks like it's been zero usage going back as far as September the 3rd, 2022.
And prior to that?
On average, it could be about 2,800 cubic feet if not more, at the most 3,300, the least 2,800 cubic feet per month.
And do the city records show how long it's been a vacant lot?
No, we still have it. They still, let me see. Let me see. As of, it looks like January 21st, 2013.
Okay, any other questions from board members?
I'd like to know how they're using the water on this supposed vacant land. Do they have ponds or a swimming pool or something there that would use water? Because otherwise I'm really struggling to find out what they were doing with water usage there at all if they had no structures.
And if I may, the city is struggling as well. There has been multiple attempts to get on the property to see what is going on, because even when looking at the property online in the city records, there's a large gate that is covered in vines. So it's
Okay.
impossible what is taking place on the lot. There is multiple cars, which would lead one to make assumptions that there's something with cars, but there isn't a direct answer due to the inability to access the property directly.
Okay.
And for the last 4 years or so, there hasn't been any usage charged, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Really prior to. So Ms. Cruz, what is it that you do with this lot?
¿Qué tú haces en el lote? Si siembras matas, si flores,
Está sembrado, yo lo tengo sembrado
¿de qué?
de flores.
She saw flower, yeah, garden, like
De
garden.
flores.
¿Pero de dónde saca el agua?
De
And
mi
so you use water? She uses water?
Yeah, yes,
my
she is
house.
the own
Uh-huh.
water in the house. From the house, she
con
moved.
una
She have a connection,
manguera.
yes. She put a manga to the lot. She uses private
Uh-huh.
water in the house.
Ms. Williams, before we step back, would it be helpful for water revenue in the water department to have an investigation? Determine what's going on at this property? Now that we have Ms. Cruz here to see if we could set something up?
That
Or-
would be more on WRB side, but what I do know is it's been heavily documented that before she received zero usage for the past 4 years, that is what the city was attempting to do, to investigate the property. However, we were not allowed onto the property to do so.
Okay, any questions from fellow board members?
Que sea una pregunta. Ellos van a hacer una investigación.
All right, Mr. Everyone, then, Milton, we're going to step back and discuss this. Everybody sit tight.
Mhm. Okay, si alguien tiene alguna pregunta before I close.
No, era eso.
He said no question, be waiting for her.
Era sobre la prensa.
Está bien, ellos van a abrir una investigación sobre de dónde hay agua en el lote y entonces ellos nos van a avisar. Oye, déjame una cosa, yo creo que ellos están decidiendo.
Es que no hay, ahí no hay agua.
Sí,
No,
ellos,
no hay agua,
ellos están diciendo algo, todavía no han terminado.
Ujú. Te van a pasar vergüenza. Sí. Allí no hay nada. En casa no hay, no hay swimming pool, no hay nada de eso. Yo soy sola. Ay, mi Dios.
Lo dejaron en cámara y ellos, pero están analizando, tomando la decisión, el veredicto. Ellos son el jurado. Aunque yo creo que el caso terminó, pero viene para atrás. Sí. Así ellos estaban reunidos.
Tax Review Board is back in session. I think we have everybody. Okay, so it's our determination that we really need a little bit more information before we can make an informed decision. Ms. Cruz, Ms. Williams, we would like to direct that the Water Department make another attempt to do an investigation. Ms. Cruz, you're going to be contacted by the Water Department. You need to cooperate and allow someone in to see what's going on the lot. We would like to know what it's being used for. We'd like to know if there is water actually, or a water meter actually on the lot and being used. If the water department can make some kind of determination as to what's been going on with the water, keeping in mind that we do understand, Ms. Williams, that a D permit has not been requested, but it's still been, we really do feel like we need a little bit more information if we can get it.
And
So,
that's what I was, if I may ask Ms. Hikes.
PWD.
Yeah, I don't believe that's possible at this point because they have suspended her. She's been getting zero usage for 4 years.
But
So
she's still getting the service charge and the stormwater, and we're being asked to go back earlier than those 4 years. And now we understand that what's happening currently might be somewhat different than what happened before that, but we would really like to see if we can get some more information to try to make an informed decision.
Okay.
And we're going to give everybody 90 days. Ms. Cruz, you're going to be contacted by the water department.
Okay.
And you're going to need to, if you want us to try to make some kind of determination on this bill, you need to be cooperative and allow someone from the water department onto that property to see what's going on, to see if there's actually a meter, to see if there's water available, to see what it looks like.
Okay.
If you cannot or will not do that, then we will make a decision based on what we have.
Madam Chair,
Which will be
I
complete.
can give her, I can give her the number to the meter shop, and how it's arranged is she would have to contact them and schedule an appointment, and then they'll
That's
send
fine.
it back in.
That's
I can give
fine.
it to her now if she's ready.
Yes, Ms. Cruz, do you have a pen and paper available?
No, yeah, we have some paper here.
All right, Milton, if Ms. Hike's going to give the information, could you write it down and hand it to them as they're leaving?
No pen, let me get a pen. Give me a minute.
All right,
No,
Milton.
I got it. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
215-685-6300.
All right, so we're going to hand you that information, Ms. Cruz. You need to call them and set up an appointment. And we're going to continue this for 90 days pending an investigation to see if we can get a little more information to help us make an informed decision. Can I get
The phone number again, please?
We're gonna hand-
215-685-6300.
Yes, yes,
6300.
6300, okay.
Okay, and you're gonna call that number and make an appointment for someone to come out to look at the property.
Okay,
Okay, can I get concurrence from the rest of the board?
John O'Connor, I concur.
Nancy Cameradiner, I concur.
George Matthews, I concur.
Paula Weiss, I concur. You'll get a letter from the Tax Review Board that this matter has been continued for 90 days. In that time, in the meantime, please contact the water department so that they can come out and look at the property.
okay.
Thank you. And we're gonna move on, case number 6, which,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you, which is Neja McNeely, 750 South 57th Street, last 4 digits of the docket 9152. Ms. McNeely is here on Zoom, and at this point, because I do have to step away in a few minutes, I'm gonna turn the chair and the gavel over to my fellow board member, John O'Connor.
Okay, thank you, Paul.
Thank you, John.
What's the next item?
This is the matter ending, well, the matter at 750 South 57th Street, which would be number 6 on the list.
Yes, do we have the petitioner?
Yes, she
Nigel
is.
McNeely in the room?
Yes, I'm here. Well, I'm not in the room. I'm on the Zoom.
You're on a Zoom, okay. Well, good
Yes.
afternoon. You know, you're here to present your case for the Tax Review Board. Would you please
Yes.
state your full name for the record and spell your last name?
Naja McNeely, spelling her last name McNeely.
Okay. And do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I'm covered by God. Just all
Okay.
truth.
All right, thank you very much. All right, the city, city have anything initially?
Just to inform the board, this is another matter of a back bill situation wherein ERT was replaced. The water customer was being notified on the bill throughout the period that the bills were estimated, and a back bill was calculated after the new ERT was replaced.
Okay. You want to call your first witness?
Oh, I thought, so with the, are we doing it in a?
No, well, first, to leave, can we get the numbers?
Yeah, well,
Okay,
that's it. Yes, sure.
Okay, all right. So the petitioner is questioning the periods from June 13, 2019 through March 14, 2023. Principal amount in total is $2,148.52.
That's the entire amount. Is that just the
Entire
bill
amount.
itself?
That's everything.
Does that include penalties and interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Let me get back to the petitioner. The petitioner, which Ms. McNeely, would you like to say something on your behalf?
Yes. I got a notice stating that I'm a millennial, so I'm young, so I do everything online. All my bills come automatically out. I barely look at any bill, right? So they come out, change the meter in February, I think the 17th. They change it out. I get a bill in March stating that it was like $5,000. I was like, wow, this is too much. I don't have a swimming pool. I'm not doing anything with my water. What's going on? So I called down and the lady explained, like, you have to go through this process. I went through the process, went through the initial steps, submitted the paperwork, had a hearing. The hearing officer, I think her name was Fitzgerald, and then the revenue enforcement representative, I think the last name was Harrell. I'm not sure. They heard the case. They agreed that it was too much water being used, and that they disputed the bill. At the time, it was $4,981. She disputed it. She said she was going to receive a decision in the mail. If anything goes against what she says, appeal it. So I said, okay, cool. I get the letter. It says something totally different than what she said, along with the bill, completely opposite. So I go and appeal it. I had a hearing with Mr. Milton, and I was explaining the same situation. This is what she told me to do, to follow these steps. And he pretty much was like, oh, we can put you on a payment arrangement. I just had hip surgery. I'm out of work. I don't have the finances to pay a large bill of this magnitude. And he was like, okay, well, you can appeal it against the board. And I said, okay, I would like to take that step. And we're here now.
Okay. Well, what's your so right now the current bill is $2,148.52. What's your dispute with that bill? Is there something wrong with the bill?
So what they sent me was a TAP program, and I selected it, and it says make 24 payments. I would like to know, can we cut the payments in half to 12 months for a year, and I'll be done with it, if that's possible.
Okay.
You're not disputing that there's $2,148.52 due, correct?
Honestly, I thought I was disputing the bill in entirety. That's why I'm here. This is my first time going through this, so I don't know. I'm just saying what the steps that was given to me. So I'm just following the steps. So when you say 2,000, that's a shocker to me, because I thought I was still disputing a larger amount. So I don't know what's going on in between the accounts.
Well, because you filed an appeal in front of the entire board, maybe that is the case. Let's hear from the city.
And if I may just ask, so Ms. McNeely, when you had the informal hearing, you said that the commissioner at the time said if you disagreed with what was ruled to appeal, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and that at that informal hearing, it was ordered that the water department cancel that bill and rebill based upon, and so that's how your bill went from $4,950 to $2,148, correct?
But she told me she was disputing the whole bill. So
the whole bill was the $4,950, correct?
It was 4,000. Hold on, let me find the bill. It was $4,981.37.
Okay, so and then they also they abated your penalties in the amount of $60.96 as well, correct?
Yeah, but I end up getting penalties after that too. I just can't file all my paperwork.
Okay, so basically you did receive a rebill for the reason we're here today, which reduced your bill by pretty much half, correct?
Yeah, but she The first hearing officer never said that. If she would have said that, we wouldn't even be here. She just said appeal it and they should pretty much wipe the bill clean. That's how she worded it. And I asked Mr. Milton, did y'all have the hearing notes from previously so we can go over it? Because I'm not lying. And he was
Okay.
just like, no.
Okay. All right. And also, since you've applied for TAP, you've received
I didn't
TAP.
apply for it. They sent it to me.
Okay. So when they sent it to you, you were informed you also received TAP forgiveness in April of this year, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, I don't know how any of this worked, ma'am. Like, I
Okay.
really don't.
Okay. So, Commissioner, I'm sorry, Chairperson, if I may, I believe that we're in the incorrect form. It sounds like the water customer has a different dispute outside of the bill per se pertaining to the payments under the TAP program, which would be better held with the water department's TAP department.
Okay. So you're saying really at this point, it's in the TAP program and we
Yes.
should proceed through the TAP program and not through the tax review board?
Yes, because the bill,
So
we
the
can-
TAP came first. So before I even got the hearing notice for this date, the TAP program came first. So I didn't know what was going on. Again, I'm very new to this. I don't have a clue. So me being at my financial restraints due to my injury, work-related reasons, I didn't have the funds. So it made sense to go into the TAP program. So I took it. And then the date came, because I thought it was going to cancel out or I'll be able to make the payments. I think you got to do like 2 years on the TAP program. I was trying to make it lower. But then I get the hearing for June 4th. And this is why we're here now. So I was just trying to see.
Because you filed the appeal to come here, right?
Right.
Yeah, but it's the way the letters came out. Like how
Yeah,
everything came out. Yeah.
We understand that, but I think what the city is saying, maybe what we should do is maybe you should withdraw here and continue with the TAP program and try to work it out that way. Or we could, I guess, in the alternative, we could continue this matter because
I'm just requesting, can we just, instead of doing 24 payments, can we do 12 payments?
So yeah, then that would be better. That would be better
like
for the TAP program. I do believe they will allow you to the 24 payments. I believe so long as it equals the amount of the balance that is due.
She can actually make the additional payments if she likes. It
Right.
won't take her out of the agreement. You can do that. If you feel that you're able to pay more than what they're requesting, you can do that.
See, I don't know anything. I'm just following the steps.
It will only be to your benefit if you do, and if you're able to do so, ma'am. It will only be to your benefit. You can do that. You don't even have to research, do anything. You can just continue to make those payments. If you're able to pay more, consistently pay more, it'll actually be to your benefit.
So
they
what
don't
is
have to change the agreement for you.
Okay, so what is the total amount on the bill? So I know
the total balance at this time is $2,880.54. That's the total balance of the bill at this time.
And we couldn't do anything because it's still kind of high.
Yeah, because you're on TAP. As you stated, there's a forgiveness that takes place every 24 months. And if you consistently make the payments, then they'll forgive portions of the balance. It looks like at this time, they're asking you to pay $48.47 per month. If you're able to pay more, it will only be to your benefits. It will reduce your balance. Now, when the time comes around again for them to give you the forgiveness, someone from that unit will contact you with further details. We wouldn't have that in this form.
So pretty much I'm stuck with the $2,800.
It's yours.
That's what you saying. Yeah, like I like honesty. Like when I say I like honesty, I pray about everything. And if anybody wish any harm or any malice towards me, I return it back. So I just want honesty, because what was told for me in the beginning at the first hearing that it was going to be completely over with and I would be back to my original bill. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Went through another hearing where as though I talked to Mr. Milton and he told me to come here. So now I'm here and nothing changed. So I just want to get all the particulars to know nothing's changed with this process.
We could do this full hearing and we could let the board make a decision, and then you have, your options before you. I would just discourage changing your time period, since you mentioned an injury, to call and lessen it from 24 to 12 months might not be in your benefit. I would say if you could make the extra payments throughout that 24 months, great. But I don't think you should shorten it just in case you need that extra time. You won't default on the program, and it's always there to your benefit if you can make extra payments.
I want the 2,800 to be cheaper.
Okay, so
Like
we can
1,500, and then we can move forward. Like, I just don't want a $3,000 bill. Like, it's logically, to me, it's my mistake, because being a homeowner, being young, buying a house, being the first of your kind and your family, you learn a lot of stuff by error. This right here took place, will never happen again. Whereas I need to read my bills versus doing millennial things through technology, because wasn't nothing additional sent to me saying you need to check your bill. So I understand that.
All right,
Just,
so
I don't want to
so do
hold
you want to proceed with this?
$2,800.
Ms. McNeely, you want to proceed with this hearing today?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay. All right. So Ms. Hike, have you had an opportunity to review the water customer's account?
Yes,
Right. And to your knowledge, who is the owner of the property?
Ms. McNeely,
Right. And what type of property is this?
it's a residential property.
And as it's already been stated, these are estimated charges that were on Ms. McNeely's bill for the period in question, correct?
Yes,
And why were her bills estimated for this period?
the ERT wasn't registering at the property.
Okay. And did the WRB notify Ms. McNeely that her bills were estimated?
Yes.
Okay. And how was she notified?
On the bill, above there's a chart above the chart. It lets the taxpayer know that estimated readings are being obtained for them to reach out and contact the meter shop.
Okay. And at what point did Ms. McNeely receive the final bill with the final readings?
Let's see.
February, correct?
Yeah, February 17th, 2023, around that time.
Okay. Okay. And that was around the time she received her new ERT as well, correct?
Yeah, around that time. Let me see. I lost my signal. Hold on one second.
The bill came out in March. I got the new ERT in February the 17th. The bill circulated back in, it was in March, if that helps.
What year?
Second, our basis dropped. Hold on.
What year was that?
The bill ran from July 13th, 2019, all the way up until February the 17th, when I replaced the meter in 2023.
Okay, thank you.
1 second, I'm trying to get back in basis. It dropped.
Okay. Well, I'll wait.
Give me 1 second. I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
I'll take your time. Take your time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the bill came out March 15, 2023 is when she received that bill.
Okay. And after receiving that bill, did Ms. McNeely make any contact with the WRB to inquire about the bill?
Yes, she did. She requested an informal hearing.
Okay.
Yep.
And when she in fact requested that informal hearing, to your knowledge, was she ever informed of exactly what estimated charges are?
Yes,
Okay, so she was explained why she received those charges, correct?
yes, she was.
Okay, no further questions.
Anything else?
That would be all.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
You have nothing else, Ms. McNeely?
No, I know moving forward, hopefully y'all can come to a weird decision and lower it and help me out. But,
All right, I think the board is going to,
I
we're gonna leave-
I have a quick question.
Sorry.
Does the number that was given to us include any interest or penalty? Or is it all just the straight amount that's due?
It's just the straight amount that's due.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Sorry, I had interrupted.
All right, no, that's fine. Good question. All right,
So the number is 2,840, right? As of today?
it's 2880.54 is what I have.
Yes, that's what's due after the TAP forgiveness kicked in. That is why the balance has been lower. So technically, we weren't able to start at the 4,000 at the informal hearing because since then there has been TAP forgiveness on the account as well.
So you made the adjustment after the informal hearing, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Milton, can we get back in the room?
We're on our way.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Ms. McNeely, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
The board deliberated and we have to deny your petition. However, what we are advising you to do is stick with the TAP program. And if you have any questions about what you need to do with that, you can contact Milton at the office there at 215-686-5216. Because we feel that's your best opportunity right now to maintain your monthly payments of 48.47. And like I said, actually, I think at the last hearing, there was, I think, half the amount was reduced and all the penalties were waived. So I think you're in a good position now to proceed based on what's happened in the past. Okay.
All right.
All right. Can I get the board's concurrence, please?
And also I want to add something, John, because if you want to pay more money, extra money, you have the option to send in extra money every month. So the, debt will be covered before the time.
Did you hear that, Ms. McNeil? You understand that?
Copy.
Okay.
In terms of our decision, Nancy Cameradiner, I concur.
George Matthews, I concur.
John O'Connor, I also concur. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, we have two other cases that were on the agenda. Do we have any information about them?
Yes, Felicia German, the last 4 digits, 9920, did not appear.
Okay.
All right. Which case is that? Oh, that's case number 4.
Yes, case number 4. Then the next case after that, is.
Do we need to vote on that case?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. Case number 4, petition is denied, failure to appear. Can I have the board's concurrence?
Nancy Cameradiner, I concur.
George Matthews, concur.
John O'Connor, I also concur. Thank you.
All right, and the last one, Steve A. Freepong, last 4 digits of the docket, 9951, denied, did not appear.
All right, and that was listed as case number 5. Can we have concurrence by the board?
Before we go to concurrence, do we have any history on this in terms of further earlier activity that would affect our decision? Or do we just deny?
Yes, I would ask that this petition be denied, not allowed to be brought again. Mr. Frimpong, this case has been continued since March of 2023. The last time it was continued was in July 17th, 2023, where it was continued for Mr. Frimpong to provide ownership information because there was an issue of standing in this matter as to who is the proper owner. Mr. Frimpong has not provided the city or the water department with proof of ownership. Therefore, I would ask that this petition be denied with prejudice.
Yes, and this case was filed back in August of 2022.
And but there was a decision made in November of 23 that it was done at the master level.
What was that?
He appealed that decision. That's how we got to where we are today.
But what was that decision?
75% of the penalty. And we zeroed out some of the period, some of the period in question.
So is this the first listing since the master's hearing?
Yes. I'm going through it now. Yes, the first listing since the master's hearing.
Yeah, I don't see the November 2023. I still have that it's in a position to receive ownership information. However, I will not dispute Mr. Oates. It's just the city does not have proof that Mr. Frimpong is even the owner. I did submit documentation that at this time, the water account as well as the deed to the property are in someone else's name, pending Mr. Frimpong to pay them to release that deed. He doesn't have standing in this matter to even make a decision. So
All right.
So we're gonna mark that denied, did not appear, and no more continuances then, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Board members,
Nancy Camerdiner, I concur.
George Matthews concurs.
John O'Connor, I also concur.
All right, with that being said, that is all that we have for today.
Okay,
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you all. Good seeing everybody.
Thank you.
thank
Y'all have a
you.
good one.
Bye-bye.
take care. Thank you, council. Have a good
All
evening.
right, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Stacy.